Day 2 of the Heroes Evolved Championship North America Arena. We're getting into the final game of Galaxy versus God. I'm Fataluno, joined by Sean Decon here. Are you ready for this game 3, Sean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this series has been pretty hype. God's taking it pretty convincingly though. Last game against Galaxy.
It seems both teams have been pretty convincing, winning convincingly in their own right in both the games. I think Galaxy didn't win maybe as strongly as God did in the second series, but they did win in the first ones pretty convincingly. They had control of the game. Maybe looking at, there's going to be a little bit of play in the draft here. They know God went a little something a little bit different like Minos, and maybe they're gonna ban out the Minos here and respect ban, which won them that game essentially in the last one. So we're gonna see what goes on the draft here. Do you think Galaxy's gonna ban out the Minos?
I definitely think they should. I think it was one of the biggest reasons Galaxy lost that game. Like Minos was always just pulling them over the wall, and Galaxy was really caught out all the time. They couldn't really do their own thing around the map because that Minos pull range was just nutty. They were able to just pull them all the time over the walls and really catch them out.
Yeah, especially since.
Yeah, it really came out big that last game. But I guess we're just gonna see in this draft here, Vince coming out for the first ban in the way of Galaxy.
Yeah, it makes sense. Very strong pick, and so is Aiden. Aiden and Vince both being banned, followed up by an Electros here, and we've seen the strength of Electros played in that last series and constantly being banned in this series as well.
Yeah, pretty standard bans coming out so far, but I do think Galaxy really needs to ban that Minos. Thor just going ham on it last game, and I guess we'll see which ban. And it looks like Apollo gonna get banned out for Gods.
And then Wolfram instantly as well.
So no Minos ban. Maybe they might actually look to pick it.
Yeah, maybe.
They are hovering the Freya again. Oh, a nice Ares pick. I really like Ares. I think he made it through the draft both games. But nobody picked him.
Yeah, they do pick him up though, and Minos instantly picked up by Thor along with Freya, so they don't actually go for the Minerva, and they actually take Sin's Freya away from him. So kind of liking this from God. Maybe a little bit of mind game saying, hey Sins, what hero can you play on that carry role? Because Aiden, Freya, and Vince are not there anymore.
Yeah, definitely. The Freya pick would have been really good on the side of Galaxy too, because Ares does have that. Oh, nice.
And Grom.
Ares does have that single target lockdown, so Freya would have actually been a really good ADC in the way of Galaxy to really just burst that single target. But yeah, we do see a Magicka and Grom. I'm definitely happy that we see Grom.
I like Magicka. Not played a lot. She doesn't have that much rounded abilities to escape. She does have her speed burst, but I want to see how she plays here. And it looks like they might pick the Minerva themselves. I think Solus might be a little better, but maybe trying to join the Minerva ult with the Ares ult, which I do like. And I don't know, but we're getting into game 3 here, Sean. And chat, you let me know what your favorite draft is. Please tell me which team you think is going to win between God versus Galaxy in this game 3 decider of who goes into the finals. Who are you giving the upper hand here to, Sean?
Well, this is just personal opinion, but I think I like Galaxy's lineup a little bit better. I think they have a lot of single target catch potential, especially with the Grom, the Ares as well. They have the Minerva arrow to catch people out. They also have Magicka, which has a single target snare. So I think I feel like Galaxy, they really just got to try and catch people out and make the team fights an instant 4v5 before trying to push and take objectives. But I definitely like Galaxy's lineup a little bit better. But I guess we'll just have to see, because Gods and Thor on that Minos, once again, it's going to be deadly.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to see if they can actually change this around. And it just looks like it's pretty standard. Both teams are making sure they get their own buffs. Going a little aggressive here, actually, from God, getting some wards down in their jungle. Both teams looking to do the same thing, though. Both getting some wards down in the enemy's jungle and looking to steal the wolves here. And I think Grom might go do the same thing with Blurry. And if they do it, they need to do it sooner rather than later, because no one is sitting in the top lane right now.
Yeah, and I like the start coming out from Gods here. They all ran into the Dragon Pit and warded over the pit so that if someone started Wolves, Thor was ready for a pull there. So that was Really well played, and they're just gonna invade dinos as well.
Yeah. I know, just the solo Ares invading. Grom does head to this top lane. I don't know, he might need some help here in this top lane because Nosferatu is kind of being played as the support, as they do pick up a Nosferatu and a Una here, if you didn't notice from God. So they do have 2 AP damage dealers. So on the side of Galaxy, they're gonna need to build a little more AP armor than usual.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Nosferatu is actually playing like a roam role. He's just going to be jungling a little bit and giving support to his mid laner.
Yeah, Magica very good at clearing waves in the middle though, so good matchup here against Una. Has a lot of damage too. She can late in the game. She can definitely one-shot some heroes with that demonic diadem.
I'd like to see the Grom start roaming around in the enemy jungle and just looking for a hook here.
Yeah, it looks like he is right now. Actually, goes for the hook on Zeus, but doesn't actually land it. They are gonna go into Zeus though. I think he should have waited for the stun from Guan Yu, and it lands
he
an easy
definitely
hook.
should have. Yeah, it would have been such an easy hook for them, and they probably would have secured first blood there.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, but Zeus actually gets pulled in, and that's first blood. He gets absolutely blown up.
Grom can do for your team. Basically, what Minos does, just hooking and pulling heroes in. Obviously, Grom can only pull in one, but hey, if you can find those picks early on, it's definitely going to help your team.
Yeah, and this is why I like Galaxy's lineup so much. They have so much catch potential with the hook, with the Ares ult, with Magica Snare, with the arrow from Sins. They can just catch anybody out around the map whenever they want. And you can see the hook coming out. There's the stun, and there's the taunt right onto Thor, and he gets absolutely blown up. Guan Yu doing some good damage there with the spin, and that's a 2 for 0, and then we have Galaxy.
Yep, Galaxy taking the lead. They did take that dragon as well. Not looking too hot for God, and as I was saying before, I feel like the blue side is always just winning these games for some odd reason, and it could just be a factor of how much advantage they have over that dragon in the early game.
Yeah, definitely. And there's another pull from Finn. Oh my god, right onto Zeus. He does land the ulti, but the lifesteal is just not enough. And Grom, this is the power of Grom. This is what I was talking about, Fatal.
Yeah, definitely very
There's
good.
another hook. Oh!
Almost lands, and this is why Sean has been preaching it the last couple games. He wants to see the Grom come out and send. Definitely showing the strength of it right here.
Yeah, definitely. Although the nerf did go on to Grom with his hook speed, you can see he's definitely not out of this meta right now.
Pushing in this bottom lane. Grom looking to hook someone.
Yeah, he's looking for blood.
If they do try to defend this tower, this is what Grom's good at. If you're pushing a tower and the enemy team tries to actually push into you and take out the creeps, he's very good at hooking you out of there and possibly getting a pick. So, I like this play coming out from Galaxy.
Oh, the Magica steals his buff just barely, and Zeus takes it. And look at that mid tower, very low.
Yeah, Magica doing a great job just consistently pushing it more. Is feeling like he has to rotate a little more because they're so far behind, but not able to actually find anything. Right now, 5k behind on the side, or 5k behind on the side of Gods.
And Galaxy might actually look to dive this bottom tower. They are going to secure this tower. And the rotation from Gods is just a little bit too slow there.
Yeah, very slow there. I like this out from Galaxy, who actually don't even ban Thora on the Minos. They actually just kind of, you know, were like, hey, you did good that first game, but we know how to beat it now, and it shows their character right now in this game too. Taking a second tower. And the game.
Oh, Helio. Helio getting caught out. There's the taunt from Revenge there, and Helio, he's gonna leap over the wall. Oh. Does make it out.
Hook does miss from Fen. They're gonna try to go back in. Minos possibly looking for a pull. Good stun. Someone did use their speed boost on the locket. Yeah, Grom actually goes a good pull onto Thor. Does use his ult. Gets pulled back by Thor. Fen does end up dropping to Una.
Yeah, he said, you pull me, well, I'll pull you right back into my team. And he gets absolutely blown up.
Yeah, poor Thend. And we could see Thend's build right now. It doesn't really have the tankiest of builds. Going that Locket instead for that speed burst of his team. But I really like that item choice from Grom.
Yeah, definitely. It allows him and his entire team to just apply more pressure on the map and really catch people out or even disengage a lot better.
Yeah, definitely. And it allows him to get closer, use that speed burst, get closer in, land those hooks, and as well as for Ares to get in.
Yeah, exactly. It's really good for Ares as well, just to get that movement speed and get in there to land a good taunt.
Grom right now pushing his top lane, might actually take it with these creeps, but Freya gonna go there and actually handle those creeps. So good rotation there from Freya. Dragon up in 2 seconds is gonna spawn here. God does know about it. They want to fight this because they know this next dragon can lead to a huge gold influx for Galaxy. Minerva starting to do it over.
Yeah, and Grom's gonna just pull it when it's got about a quarter health, and they're just gonna secure it here, I bet.
They're gonna try to run to find a pick. Grom does that hook onto Thor, gets Divine Judgment as well, and they do get the kill. Well played there by Thend, going off on this Grom.
Yeah, Galaxy just playing so well. They're playing their team comp really, really well. They are finding the picks. They're making these fights 4v5, and now Gods, they can't even contest because they just keep getting picked off.
Yeah, it's so hard for Gods right now. Galaxy,
there's the hook!
Okay, get onto Raw! What can he do? Freya dropping once again! And it's just not looking hard for Gods.
Yeah, they definitely need to pray to the gods for this one. And then he's looking for some blood. Minos actually ports in. He lands a big 3-man pull there. But Grom actually ults him out of the fight. Thor in a lot of trouble. And Burninator, he is going to drop Thor. He will jump as well. And that's a 3-for-1 trade in the way of Galaxy.
Yeah, and they get the tower. That hook just barely missing onto the Una. And they're going to take this mid tower as well. Magica doing a lot of damage in these team fights as well. Actually leading in the kill score chart 3-0 and 2. And I like this build from her. A very fast Frozen Scepter coming out from her.
Yeah, and they are going to start Zakar. And if they actually secure this buff, it will be 9 minutes. They will get those mega creeps. Could be very huge. And Revenge, he's got to back off here. He's getting pretty low.
They're going to take the Zakar. The Zakar buff will hit on the 9-minute mark. So this is a really good timing for Galaxy to take the Zakar.
Definitely looking pretty grim here for Gods. I'm not too sure what they can do. I feel like Grom is just doing such a great job just being around the map and finding these picks for his team.
Yeah, I think the draft may have not gone in their favor as they would have expected, and this Nosferatu pick definitely a pick that was very strange, not offering them much more CC for their team.
Yeah, and I feel like the output of damage is just not that much from him right now either, because they're so far behind. He's just a little bit irrelevant.
Just taking all the outer turrets right now. Galaxy just increasing that goal lead up to 30k, or sorry, 20k now.
Now they can actually siege with this Grom hook. They are going to have mega creeps. They'll probably shove in this wave, and they'll wait for Then to just make a nice little play here.
Definitely. All eyes are on Fend here.
Yeah, he's looking for some blood. Just misses the hook.
Definitely misses the hook. Blood was not found. Our speed bursting bottom. Trying to look for a hook again. Not able to find it. But it's okay if he doesn't land these. They're actually going to go on to stars here. But not actually able to catch Magica. Oh, good damage there from Minerva though onto that tower.
And then he's gonna go for the hook. Oh, these hooks are just so close.
Oh, just narrowly missing the Nosferatu there on that one. Fend missing 4 in a row now. Maybe a little bit off his game after landing so many in that early game.
Yeah, maybe his hands there, his fingers getting a little sweaty there.
Yeah, a little bit of a sweaty Finger pusher there from Fen, and he's getting
Kind of
some good
slipping
D-wards down.
with his hook games there. He's getting a little sweaty.
I like Fen's pickup here on the Oracle. Actually, you know, removing these wards, allowing him to actually look for these hooks from under the turret or from the other side of the turret. Actually does look for the hook, just barely misses Helio there. But these towers slowly falling. Gonna take the mid tower as well. It looks like with this buff. Creeps. Minerva did take that top one, is gonna go in and possibly take the second one. They need to defend this one. If they give up a second one, it's not gonna look good. Minos isn't able to actually catch him out. Top tower low as heck too. Can they actually defend this? And they're actually gonna let it fall, and it does end up falling. They need to do something here, gods. They're just falling so far behind. And a good hook, oh, just hits the creep who tanks the hook for them. But look how low this tower is. This is not looking good for gods. They need to defend it, and they don't. Gods had to do something there, Sean.
Yeah, definitely, and because Grom's, even though Grom's missing all these hooks, it's definitely buying Galaxy a lot of room. No one wants to get hooked here, so it allows them to take all 3 base turrets.
Yeah, and that is not the play gods needed. I don't know how they can come back from this now. Not looking too hot for them.
Yeah, Galaxy doing a great job of just sieging right now. They do have some power spikes on their items. I'm looking for Then right here. He, barely lands the hook once again.
Galaxy going possibly end the game here, letting the creeps do the job, and I think this is the smart play. Now letting these super creeps finally come in. Good ulti from Grom. It's gonna be the last team fight. Good ulti from Minerva onto that backline. Pull from Minos onto 3. Good damage coming out from Zeus as well. And they're going revenge. Does end up falling on the side of Galaxy. It is a 2 for 3 right now in favor of God, but they need to defend from these creeps that are hitting this tower. Magica still doing damage. Raw gonna chase Blurry. Does actually kill him. Now on the 1v1 versus Stars. Stars starts to run away. Good team fight there from God, but they need to get something out of this. Look how low this base the base is. Less than half. This is not looking good for them. And Freya and both Burning and need to push down this mid lane and try to get something here. Can they catch this Magica out? They will be able to catch him out. This is really good for Gods here, turning the tides.
Yeah, definitely. That's the kind of fight that Gods really needed. But I just feel like Galaxy at this point, they can just shoot their bodies at that base and eventually it's just going to fall. I don't know if Gods can actually defend their base for the majority of the game.
Yeah, they need to take they need to push out their lanes, take a next fight outside of the base. If not, this is not going to look too hot for them. It's the only way they're going to be able to get back in here because this tower is, or this base rather, is just falling apart. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, like even though Galaxy pretty much got wiped there, I feel like they can just do it again. Look at the gold lead. They still have a pretty significant gold lead. It's not like the tides have swung in God's favor. I feel more like Galaxy can just keep shooting their bodies over and over at that base, and you can see that base is under half from that last
I imagine they're gonna wait for the Zakar, and when they do take the Zakar, it might just be game there because it's just so hard for them to defend. And if they do take a fight, they need to take a fight outside of the base, because if these creeps are in there and they take a fight, the creeps will just end the game for them. These super creeps are just so strong, especially with that buff that's coming up in the next 8 seconds. That buff, I mean, Zakar.
Definitely the smart play here for Galaxy. They really want to secure the win over Gods here to make it into the final day. Zakar does spawn here, and it looks like Ares and Sins, they are going to start this Zakar. They're just going to absolutely melt it, and there's nothing really Gods can do right now to contest.
I like this from Prom as well, building a second Frozen Scepter on his side. Not really going tanky, just looking for those picks and Frozen Scepter right after, so really liking that from Thund.
Yeah, his build is just so well, going that Gargoyles, or we call it Locket now, as well as the Frozen Scepter. It's going to allow him to lock someone down if he does land that hook.
Yeah, so hard here for Gods. Gods hooked on the Nosferatu. Nosferatu just gets blown up instantly. They're trying to reinitiate onto Fear, but these creeps are hitting the base. Creeps are hitting the base. The back line, they're trying to peel back to kill the creeps. Not able to. Creeps do win the game for Team Galaxy. Galaxy is your team that's going in to the finals versus RNO. Gods will be going up in the third place game tomorrow. Well played by Galaxy in that game, Sean.
Yeah, definitely. And I knew right from the start of the game I really loved their draft. They had such a nice pick-off lineup, and I said at the beginning that they needed to play aggressive, and you saw Then just step up. He was always in the enemy jungle looking for hooks. He landed so many hooks in the other game, and it allowed Ares to follow up with the taunt. Ares kept getting those taunt wins off those hooks, and it allowed him to snowball. You can see all of them just playing so well, so far ahead, so farmed. They just played their comp so well, and Galaxy definitely deserved to advance into day three finals.
Yeah, that early game from Thend just definitely pushed Galaxy over that threshold in order for them to win. He may have not have been a huge factor later on the game, but because of those early team fight wins, because of him finding those pickoffs, allows their team to just explode and actually output that damage and, become so strong in that late game to allow them to ultimately win. So really well played there by Thend. And if we look at the damage charts before we do end the stream here, we look at this Magica who outputted 21,000 hero damage in comparison to anyone on our team, did so much damage. So all those Magica haters, watch out. You're going to be seeing some Magica games in your games because definitely a hero to be reckoned with. And if we look at the damage charts on the side of Gods, we saw Ra try to do as much work as he could on that Freya, but just wasn't enough as Thor and Helio weren't able to output the amount of damage as they were in the last game. With that being said, guys, that is the end of this best of 3 series. Galaxy takes it 2-1 over Gods. Anything you'd like to add, Sean?
Yeah, I guess before we end this stream for day two, stick around for the finals tomorrow. Follow Heroes Evolved on their Twitch, their Facebook. Keep up to date on the patch notes, everything. We will be keeping you up to date, and also join our community Discord. I think Fatal Uno will be posting that in the chat for you to join. It's just a little community we're trying to get together on Discord to hang out and just talk about the game and the new patch notes and everything, and just pretty much get the community talking together. And maybe you can even meet some new friends or find a party to queue up with and stuff. I think it's just a really great idea, and I'm sure Fatal will just post that link in there.
Yep.
Also, you can follow me and Fatal Uno at Shondacon on Twitter, Facebook, and also we make YouTube content. So if you just search at Shondacon on YouTube, you'll find a lot of our highlight videos. Follow Heroes Evolved on YouTube too. All of these casts will be uploaded to YouTube shortly after we end the stream. So keep up to date, and we appreciate you guys watching today.
Yeah, and once again, guys, please give us a follow on Twitch, on Twitter. Keep up to date. We stream consistently all the time, almost every night. Me and Sean both stream. Not always Heroes Evolve, but we might start streaming some Heroes Evolve now, just to show you guys we know what we're talking about and we can play just as good. With that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in. We're going to end it off here. Stick around for the codes. We love you all. See you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.